Magic.
Hello and welcome to Food Magic, the show that explores the origins of food, and we also examine the nutritional properties and not to mention some of those old wives' tales that have been passed on from generation to generation. But most excitingly for me, I get to teach you guys how to prep and how to cook some delicious meals and really bring out those flavors. I'm Nadia Heng, and in this episode, we are about to turn up the heat with some turmeric. Turmeric is an age-old spice, which personally I feel hasn't been given the recognition or prominence that it truly deserves. Turmeric, otherwise known here as kunyit, is actually a key ingredient in Asian cooking as well as Middle Eastern cooking. And with so much research being done on the nutritional values of food, I feel like there's still much to be said for turmeric, especially when it comes to conventional and alternative forms of medicine. Oh look, it's my good buddy, Mr. Turmeric. What I love about turmeric is the fact that it's so practical. It's not just edible and great for you, but it's also used in the cosmetic industry as a hair dye and even to dye fabrics.
No one really knows why this plant is called turmeric. It would seem possible that it came from the Middle English word turmerit, which could also be derived from the Latin expression terra merita, or merited earth. The turmeric itself has a slightly bitter taste from the active pigment curcumin, with an earthy, mustardy smell, and is a major ingredient in most commercial curry powders. Turmeric, or Curcuma longa, is part of the herbaceous ginger family, producing rhizomes as roots. It's a perennial plant, which means it can be propagated and harvested annually. Known as kunyit in Malay, haldi in Hindi from the Sanskrit haridra, and kurkum in Arabic, this native southwest Indian spice needs considerable rainfall to grow.
You know, I think it's really interesting for such a little promoted spice, aside from its culinary use, it's actually really revered around the world. Well, you know, when it comes to turmeric, now that we know it's used for cooking, I think it's time we sprinkle a little bit on our next recipe. And for those of you who like your E numbers, turmeric is an E100.
Hi, I'm Alvin, a chef from the prep room. So today I'm going to make an Italian dessert called panna cotta with a little spice up with a little bit of turmeric. So the ingredient for panna cotta is easy. You basically use milk, heavy cream. For me, I use turmeric today, sugar, and powdered gelatin by boiling the milk. Then put the turmeric in. This is basically called golden milk. People in India used to drink this a lot. They serve with saffron. Add in the gelatin. Right. So stir a little bit. We mix the milk and the cream together. Alright, we just stir, let it boil, let it foam up. Let it foam up, then we let it go, take it up. We're done. Transfer all this into a cappuccino cup. or whatever cup you want, because the cup serves as a mold. Wow, it smells good. Now, let it rest in the refrigerator for at least 6 hours. So now we're gonna take out the panna cotta. Wow, it looks great. You spread the sauce on top of the panna cotta. Some people like serve, outside of the mold. But I think, what's the point? I can serve in a cup. Why not? Dragon fruit, and leave it on top here. So now, I'm gonna garnish it with some fresh mint leaf. In the middle, wipe it a little bit, and it's ready to serve. People might think it's some orange juice or one thing, but when you put this spoon in, you know it's a panna cotta.
Well, I think we've shown you that turmeric is not just restricted for curries and for cooking in general. So let's find out what other magic tricks we have up our sleeve. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back.
Food magic. Food magic.
Hello again. Well, now that we've learned about turmeric in our culture, what about cultivation? Did you know that India is the biggest turmeric producer, has the most consumers, and is the largest exporter? I mean, there are other countries that grow the herb, but let's find out more.
India supplies 20,000 tons annually, the equivalent to 94% of the world's demand. Other countries that grow extensively, though, include Bangladesh, China, Thailand, Cambodia, Philippines, and Malaysia. And turmeric enters the world markets in the form of dried rhizomes, powder capsules, as well as fluid extract and tinctures. Major importers are Iran, Sri Lanka, the Middle East, and North African nations. As the pale pink hermaphrodite turmeric flowers don't turn into seed, it's the roots that are propagated after maturity and harvesting, usually 7 to 10 months after planting when they're around a meter tall. To get the best yield, plants need heavy manure watering to get the best quality roots. These rhizomes are washed after harvesting and cooked for a short time. They are then dried in the sun or artificially for around a week, then sold whole or in ground powder form. And don't forget though, the roots can stain fingers and clothes and may cause an allergic skin reaction with some people, so just be wary and be mindful.
Turmeric is usually found at home in the form of premixed packets, either with curry powder or in paste form. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to use turmeric in its pure golden ground powder form. But a word of caution, guys, you might want to need an apron and some gloves. It's not a stretch to say that turmeric is somewhat of a superfood, and it's actually been used in Asia for the past 5,000 years almost. I'm sure most of you are probably very familiar with how turmeric is usually used in the form of curries. It's added in with curry powder, but today I'm going to do something entirely different. This is going to be a really nice lunch snack, but you can also have it as a light dinner and still have your turmeric fix. This is basically 2 pieces of tofu. I'm going to start by adding a little bit of cumin. We're going to add some of our star ingredient here. This is the turmeric. So now we're just going to take a tiny pinch of salt, not too much, and followed by a little bit more seasoning of some ground pepper as well. So here we go. We're just literally mashing it up. And again, we love doing stuff that's friendly with the kids, so if you've got a little one and they want to get involved, this is always the fun part, just mashing it up and feeling like you're being really productive and really helpful. All right, so now we're going to turn on the heat to our little pot here. Here we're just using a little bit of olive oil and give it a nice dash. And so now what I've done is I've pre-chopped some shallots or some onions, red peppers as well as yellow peppers, and this is going to come together really nicely to form your base. And you want to sort of cook it until it's nice and soft. You don't want to burn it because then that would give it a really different sort of flavor. You want to make sure that your onions and your bell peppers are nice and soft. So now we've got this on the cook, when it's nicely simmering away, we're going to start on our tortilla wrap. Thanks to supermarkets these days, you can also get them readily available. So this is my little tortilla wrap. We're gonna lay it out with some nice greens. So as you can see over here, you can do this with anything really. You can do it with baby spinach. See if it's done. Oh, I think that's just about right. Okay, I'm just gonna chuck all that in there. Don't worry, we're gonna do extra and leftovers, so if you guys decide to pop over for dinner, we've got more than enough for all of you. We don't want it to be too dry. This looks just about right. The avocado, we're gonna pop it in right there, where we get to add our main ingredient. Just again, remember that you don't want to overfill it because then you're going to have a really tough time folding it up. It doesn't look like a lot, but once you fold it in, it's going to be just perfect. We're going to add some spring onions, one of these little guys over here, and it's going to go down really nice. So if you're a messy eater like me, I would recommend doing this. So you can actually close it on both ends and slowly wrap it up. Just press it down a little bit, make sure it doesn't budge and nothing's bursting out, and just slice it down the middle. There you have it. Probably the easiest lunch snack on the planet. And if you have little kids and you want to create something really healthy for them as a lunch snack, again, I don't think anything could beat this. This is absolutely divine. It's tasty, it's healthy, and I hope you guys have learned a thing or two today. Enjoy! Who knew turmeric, tofu, and tortilla would be such a match made in heaven? Well, you know what, guys? We still have one more recipe for all you health junkies out there. Stay with us, and we'll be right back.
Food magic. Food magic.
So we've seen turmeric used in a lot of really delicious recipes. What we're going to teach you now is something where you can incorporate it into your daily diet.
Hi, this is Meeta Sheth from Ganga Cafe. Today I'm going to show you a recipe from Gujarat which is called khandvi. This is chickpea flour, which is chana atta in our language. This is yogurt. This is salt, turmeric powder, asafoetida. I'm going to put yogurt inside. Going to use the chana atta, which is called chickpea flour, salt, turmeric powder, asafoetida. So see how I stir? It has to be, the mixture has to be mixed very, very nicely. Add water to it to make it a little liquid surface. Turmeric is very good for health. It's antibiotic. This is very, very healthy. Basically, people have gluten intolerance. They can eat khandvi. It's steam, it's like a idli. It's so healthy. It is hard work. Trust me, but the recipe is superb. Your husband will start loving you if you know khandvi. That is good. See, the color little changes, right? So you just put on this flat surface. Make sure the place is clean and nice. I'm going to use my hand and just lay it out a proper surface. You see the thick part becomes more thinner. So I'm going to use this to cut into half, and then in between, this is coming so nice. The kandvi, that means is confirm you're doing great job. But if it doesn't roll, that means there's something wrong in the stirring or the measurement you have taken. Every side corners I will try to put in so that it's all been used up. This is like a savory. It's not sweet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut into small pieces. To make more beautiful, this kandvi needs to be garnished. What I'm going to use for garnish is oil, chili padi, curry leaves, dry chili, sesame seeds, jeera, which is cumin seed, and mustard seed. I'm going to use the oil first. First thing is mustard seed. Once the mustard seed starts popping, you just slow down the gas, and then we put 1 small spoon of jeera. Then goes the dry chili, chili padi, a bit of curry leaves, and the last is sesame seed. I'm going to off my gas. Put the sesame seed, 2 spoons. The smell is great. Decorate the kandvi with all these ingredients. Just go slow. No need for oil so much, but just everything has to be covered with the mustard seeds, the jeera, the sesame seeds, the chili padis. Kandvi is ready to serve.
What a simple way to spice up your dish, right? Well, guess what? Turmeric also has another use. You can actually use turmeric as a really great face mask. There's actually 2 ways of doing this. You can use yogurt and mix it with turmeric, or you can try out with milk, honey, and turmeric. And this is supposed to help you battle acne, eczema, or if you just want to get rid of dark circles. So, hey, why not give it a go?
In Europe and the USA, turmeric is widely used as a coloring agent in processed foods, sauces, pharmaceuticals, confectionery, and textile dyes. An interesting fact is that silk yarns are first dyed with turmeric to give richer base color. Although there is some research into the medicinal values of turmeric, no hard evidence has yet to prove or disprove its potency in cures for various ailments and traditional remedies. Most commonly, it's used as an antioxidant for stomach and skin conditions, toothaches, ulcers, and on wounds for insect and snake bites. In India, pieces are added to bath water to improve skin growth. Hot drinks are made with the dried rhizomes and taken to help symptoms of diabetes, diarrhea, and liver disease, coughs, and colds.
Safe to say we're all really lucky to live in Asia and have access to really good Indian food, and turmeric is pretty much a very natural part of our diet. All we need to do is expand our horizons, learn to be creative, and reap the benefits. Welcome to Illusions. That's right, this is a segment where we introduce you to some innovative solutions to help you adopt a healthier lifestyle. And coming up next, we're going to show you how to make a boost juice with a twist that's really going to pack some punch into your day. So here's another method you can use turmeric that maybe you haven't thought of before. First thing I'm gonna do is actually grab a little bit of our turmeric right here and sort of slice it into really small bits. Add some whole pieces of turmeric. Put it on a small fire first. Add in some water so you can average it. I mean, really depends how much you want. All you gotta do now is chuck your ingredients in, like that. Gonna have a nice bath together. We're gonna add some ground turmeric. And we're just gonna give it a nice little mix. Leave it at that for now and let it simmer for a short while. Okay, so here I've just halved a lemon. We're just gonna chuck these guys inside. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of honey. This is really up to your liking. You can use as much or as little as you like. So now I'm going to turn off the stove and gonna pour it into my glass. I think we are just about ready to take this off the heat. So here we go. And that's pretty much it. So I've just sliced a little bit of lemon. I'm gonna add that on top. This is the perfect way to start any day. Well, there you have it. We've come to the end of today's episode, but we have learned so much. And be sure to try the turmeric mask if you have a nice, quiet night in. I'm pretty sure that's why all our friends have such great skin, and I, for one, am definitely jumping on that bandwagon. Well, I'm Nadia Hing. Until the next time on Food Magic.